Cam, you want to intro us?
What episode is this?
Nine.
All right. Welcome back, everybody, to episode 9 of Over and Back Basketball Talk podcast. I had to get through that. That was a struggle, but we're gonna get started with our top 10 today. The weekly power rankings have been shook up this week. So, Mally, you want to get in that?
Yep. And coming in at our number one in the top 10, we got the Celtics. At number two, we have the Bucks. Number three, we got the Pels. Number four, we got the Cavs. Five, we got the Grizzlies. At six, we got the Nuggets. At seven, we got the Warriors. At eight, we got the Suns. At nine, we got the Nets. And at 10, we have the Sixers.
Indeed. Rob, what's your thoughts on that?
A couple honorable mentions. The Clippers been playing some good ball recently. Kawhi just got back. Kawhi and PG back, so hopefully they can stay healthy and they'll probably find their way back in that top 10 too. But my Knicks, my Knicks on a 4-game win streak. We 6 in the East, man. Don't sleep. Don't sleep. We've been playing some good basketball too. They really got an honorable mention too, low key. Now they feel like top 13 to 15. But if they keep playing some decent ball, they can get up there. So them is two teams I say to just watch out for.
Now let's get
Yeah.
let's get
Blazers too.
the
Blazers just missed the cut.
the elephant out of the room
Yep.
with the Pelicans moving all the way up to number three. Zion
Yeah,
Williamson putting up 35 for like 4 or 5 games in a row. Pelicans hooping,
man.
looking like the
Zion was good, man.
looking like the future, man.
The whole team looks
Nah,
good. But when Zion has gotten clicking right off his right after coming back, and the whole team is still eating, it I love to see it. I do. And when you have a star player that can come right back off of an injury and his team is playing well and he fits right back into that team, the way that they were playing, like without him, they play better with him too. That's a scary thing. So when they don't have a drop off without their star player and then they continue to grow as a team and get together, this team, if they don't have any injuries, they're gonna be a team that you gotta watch out for.
Yeah,
yeah,
they had their doubleheader with the Suns. Looked like playoff basketball right there.
yeah.
Zion
Looking
looked
like prime time
amazing,
basketball.
amazing in that game though. Defensive wise, Zion is great on the defensive end. Like Zion is really he's really making his way in the league. I think in a couple of years, like if Zion keeps this up for some time, the Pelicans keep up the winning. Like Zion is an MVP caliber level player. It looked like.
Yeah,
The
I
most
mean
disappointing thing about those games is that we only got two of those this season, and that series is already over for the rest of the season. That was some entertaining
yeah,
basketball right there. If you got to watch
and,
those games, those were highly entertaining just because of how
yeah,
emotional those players were. Go ahead.
and two teams that just don't like each other at all. Stemming from the playoff loss that the Pelicans had last year. You see Zion with the last second dunk. And he blamed it on his teammates losing to them last year. So that was that was crazy just to see him going for that. And then Chris Paul and campaign acting like they was gonna do something, but you see nobody walked up to Zion and said a word, but they was trying to press the coach though. That's crazy.
I mean,
Pressing
who's
the
really
coach is
pressing
wild.
Zion? Who's really
Zion
going to
sitting over
press
there waiting for
Zion?
y'all to do something. Yeah, nah, they definitely made a business decision. Chris Paul he don't want that anyway. But you see, they showed the other angle where he elbowed Jose Alvarado, like it was like a little
Mm.
jab, like he tried to sneak it in there. But I didn't see that at first.
Unnecessary.
See, the camera didn't show that.
Unnecessary.
Yeah, nah, definitely. And that's why Pat Bev pushed him in his back like that because he was trying to be doing slick stuff. Even though that was slick too, right
It
there. But
was.
that was funny though. So I hope we get to see that matchup in the playoffs. But they didn't have no D Book, and D Books. I mean, that's really a 30 ball for real when he's
You say
doing
that,
his thing.
but
So
D Book has been very cold recently, and that Pelicans team is super hot right now.
Mm.
I still think they win both games with or without D Book. In
yeah,
my
they might. I'm not saying they wouldn't win, but
yeah.
when you
I
think about
mean,
the series when both of those teams match up, you definitely got to factor
Yeah,
in Devin Booker
yeah,
because that's
absolutely.
definitely about 27 points per game, somewhere around there. And he just had a 50 ball right after a 44 ball. So I mean, he's done shown he can get in rhythm with ease too. So it ain't nothing for him to get hot again. So we'll see. I mean, the Suns they starting to skid a little bit because he's been out, but once he gets back, I'm sure
They'll go
with great
back. Yeah,
coaching and
they'll
yeah,
go
yeah,
back.
yeah, they'll definitely be back.
But
But they got to slip just a
to
little bit.
speak on them a little bit though, because they did drop a lot of spots. I think they were top 3 or 4 in the list for the whole year, and now they've made their way to the bottom half of the list. But they've been on a
Yeah.
4 game losing streak, if I'm not mistaken, maybe 4 or 5. But I know they just lost to the Rockets the other night. Bad. I mean, that wasn't a bad loss because
Oh, it's bad.
it was a closer game, but it's bad to lose to that Rockets team.
Yeah,
Jalen Green had 26 or 24 in that game. He looked phenomenal though. But yeah,
yeah,
Suns taking those type of losses on it without Devin Booker is concerning because you know Devin Booker is a guy who's not always healthy. He's had his injury concerns, so for them to not play, like for the drop off without their star player to be like that, when you see teams like Memphis without Ja Morant who could still make strides to be good, it's concerning for the Suns organization a little bit. CP3 really has been looking washed this whole year. I mean, he's getting old, so you expect him to
yeah,
regress, but it's been a bad year for CP3, and it's showing with the Suns when D Book ain't out there.
yeah. I mean, on CP3, I mean, how much can we really expect him to do at this point in his career? I mean, he's still definitely gonna go out there and make some contributions, and I mean, he's still definitely one of the best playmakers in the league by far. He's gonna be able to do that till he's 45. So I just think that when D Book, like when he became a star, it's really like it might be CP3's team from a leader standpoint, but it's D Book's team in terms of the offense is going through him. So when D Book goes out, their whole game plan changes. And you see, they had a winning record when Chris Paul was out, and it was just Devin Booker by himself, and he was leading the Suns. And you see him having these good games and high assist numbers too. He's playmaking well. He's real nice off the pick and roll. He's a great decision maker off that. So, um, yeah, they're just not the same team without Devin Booker, and they definitely need him going forward to make any type of noise in the league. Because Chris Paul, I mean, who's going to be their leading scorer? I mean, Aiton, I mean, he can get you 20 and 10 when he's locked in, but I mean, it's not going to be consistent
Yeah, he
like
ain't did
how
that at all this season.
Joel Embiid would do it. Yeah, he's not really going to do that. And Mikal Bridges is not really he's not a 20-point per game scorer just yet. So
Mm-mm.
I think when their team's fully healthy though, they do have a good team, and I could see them going to the Western Conference Finals. I don't think maybe it just depends, but I wouldn't be surprised if they lost second round to the Pelicans either. So we'll just see when it comes to Phoenix. But
Yeah, I like Phoenix though. Phoenix is always one of my favorite teams to watch. Like I tell you, though, D Book is one of my favorite guys. But to talk about a team that you said a little bit about, and you talked about Joel, 76ers make their way back into the top 10. I know they've been a shaky team. Joel Embiid is back though. 50 ball Joel. I know y'all seen that performance he had the other day. Joel
yeah,
Embiid, man, the guy is amazing. Some of the things he does at his size is just like he's like I think Joel's like a modern day Hakeem almost. Like they post work, they work down there is amazing. So 76ers look like a good team out of the East right now, especially because they got both of their guys. Well, they got all of their guys back. But Joel Embiid this season, he looked like he really found his groove. Like he found a team that can put him in the position to score. They can take a little bit of pressure off of him because they got guys who can get it done this year. 76ers they a solid team. I like the 76ers a lot.
It'll be interesting to see if he can stay healthy. That team, they're just a lot better when Joel Embiid and um, James Harden are out on the floor, mainly because Joel Embiid is the most dominant paint presence in the league.
Mm-hmm.
Um, yeah, in the 76ers, they played good without their 3 best players, even when they all 3 went out. But it'll be interesting to see where that team will go. Um, Rob, what do you think about the 76ers right now?
they got a good team. Led by Embiid. He's unstoppable. That's 30 and 10. James Harden just coming back from the injury. He's getting his footing back. He had like 21 and 15 assists the other day. So he's really playmaking and seeing the floor well and getting guys in their right spot. So I like how he's done embraced his role in there. Maybe he doesn't have to do as much scoring as he's done in the past,
With the
but come playoff
76ers,
time, he's say it
their
again.
ceiling, is when James Harden is efficient in both playmaking and scoring. When he focuses on just playmaking, that team isn't gonna be where they need to be. Now, when James
Mm.
Harden is
Yeah,
still getting you a good 22, 23 points a game, and then 15 assists is crazy, but I'm counting on him just to have 8 to 10 assists a game. That team, the sky is the limit for them. Um, did
That's a good
anybody?
point though, because I think that was a little bit of the problem with the Nets when they had all three of them there. James Harden really adopted that role as a point guard, and Kyrie wanted to
Yeah.
show that he could play off ball. But I think they needed that extra push from Harden
Hmm.
scoring. So I like to see
yeah,
Harden
they
get back
definitely did.
in his Rockets bag. But I also like the point guard Harden though, so I can see why he wants to show off those abilities. Because before
Yeah.
he went to the Nets, I really didn't see James Harden as that great of a playmaker as he is, like as I know he is now. So I mean, it's good for him to show off that side of his skill, but he's definitely a bucket first, and he needs to go out there and get a bucket first. So I think the Nets team would have been a lot more
Yeah,
successful if he took that role of let me be a second man to KD.
Yeah, he's one of the greatest
yeah.
scorers
No,
of
they
all
definitely would have been more. Yeah, they definitely would have been more successful. That was a failed experiment by them. You see KD, I mean, that playoff run against the Bucks. I mean, he was dropping 40 balls on Giannis. Him and Giannis going back and forth, and KD really didn't have that reliable scoring option once Kyrie went down and he twisted his ankle. And James Harden was supposed to be that guy, but as we know, he was banged up and stuff. So um, it just sucked that we didn't get to see him fully healthy. But I think he was more. Yeah, he really started like nah. What's the word I'm looking for? He accepted that role more, the playmaking role. Yeah, well, as you said, once he went to Brooklyn, and they need him to be like that. Maybe not 30, but really 25, especially in the playoffs for the Sixers team. They definitely need him to average about 25 and probably 10 assists too. And they need
and he,
Maxi to stay healthy too. So
yeah,
that
he's
big
the
three,
man. He
I
has
don't
that
know if they're gonna make it to the Eastern Conference Finals. Yeah, no, he definitely has it in him. It's just I don't know because at this point Maxi's getting a lot of shots too, and Maxi's a guy who also can get you 30 when he's locked in when he's hitting the shots. So I mean, Maxi's getting his he I think he's looking to shoot the ball more than James Harden at this point. But come playoff time, I think they all have to be that guy in terms of putting the ball in the basket. So we'll see what the Sixers can do. I think they have a high ceiling if they stay healthy and we play how we know they can play. But we also know that Doc Rivers can sell a little bit in the playoffs, and so can Harden and maybe Embiid a little bit. So we just got to see. We just got to see how they approach this year's
Yeah,
playoffs.
I never
So
thought about it till you said that,
we'll just
but
see.
they do got three guys who are very shaky in the playoffs. Embiid, Harden,
Yeah,
and Doc. Those are three guys who are
yeah,
shaky in the playoffs. But
yeah,
to stay with some more NBA just a little bit, I wanted to talk about it was an amazing game last night. I know
last
everybody
night.
probably watched it, Celtics and Lakers.
Yeah.
Man, that was a great game. The Lakers came up short, and I do want to say this though, because I know a lot of people are talking about Anthony Davis selling. He missed the free throws and this and
This
that,
is pretty,
and all of that. But I think the Lakers do deserve a little bit of love because we know what that Celtics team is, what they've been all year, what they was last year, and how good of a team that Celtics team is. And that Lakers team really went out there to compete. And like I was watching, and I'm like, no, this if the Lakers could play at this level all year, they have a shot. Like that Lakers team playing like that has a chance. LeBron playing like that is getting as much as you can out of this LeBron in his old age. So if LeBron continues to play like that, they stay healthy. You can get good numbers from Pat Bev and Westbrook and Austin Reeves and those guys. Then they got a real shot. Like that Lakers team look like maybe not a championship contender. I don't know if they're on that level, but definitely a team that can make the playoffs. And just a couple of weeks ago, I was saying that this team has no chance at making the playoffs. So it's a big turnaround for the Lakers in a small amount of time. Can they keep it up though? Is my question to y'all. Can they keep it up?
Um, last week we talked about how how hot the Lakers were, even though they were falling off towards the beginning of our podcast last week. However, this Lakers team, we know the talent that they do have on the team. It's really how well they can mesh together. And last night was eye opening to say
Mm-hmm.
the least. That they went up against the best team in the NBA, and I, as a Lakers fan, had no faith in us even winning the game, and we were up 13 points with 4 minutes and 25 seconds left in the game. Um,
yeah.
Now, what they do need to learn how to do is finish it, and LeBron is giving way too many critics the
Food.
narrative that he can't finish.
Yeah.
That's not the case at all. It sucks seeing LeBron not being as explosive as he used to be. That's crazy to say, even when he's 38,
He windmilled that
doing
motherfucker yesterday.
windows.
He windmilled it yesterday.
That's not anywhere close to how
But
explosive he's ever been.
but his explosiveness off the ball is not there at all. Like LeBron catching it in a triple threat and trying to go to the rim, not the same as it was even 3-4 years ago.
But really, the reason for that being is I think that's a purposeful thing. I think he's
Mm-hmm.
really invested in longevity
Yeah.
more than being more of the explosive guy he used to be. However, you know what I think this Lakers team needs right now? This will sound very biased, which it may be, but I believe this Lakers team desperately needs an X factor. They need a guy that can either come off the bench or be one of their fourth or fifth options in the starting lineup that can really just be a scoring threat whenever he is on the court. And there's a guy out there that gets no minutes on the team right now that can fit onto the Lakers
Are
team
you
right
about to
now.
are you about to say Cam Reddish?
Cam Reddish needs to be a Laker. Cam Reddish needs to be a Laker, and it should have happened 4 years ago. We should have drafted him in the first place. We traded him away for nothing.
I
For
mean,
nothing. He
that's
wasn't even included in the Anthony Davis trade. He wasn't like we had the fourth pick. And the reason that we didn't take him was because we didn't know who we wanted to take with the fourth pick. So we just traded away for almost chump change. So
it's
if
not
Cam Reddish
ridiculous to
becomes a
say that
Laker,
though. I feel like there's a lot of guys that you could have replaced his name with. It could have been Cam Reddish, Malik
Yeah,
Monk,
okay,
Brandon
yes,
Ingram.
absolutely.
yeah,
However, Cam Reddish is an easy trade value, easy trade asset that you can acquire right now because the
yeah.
Knicks
Y'all
don't
can
use
definitely
him.
get him. Yeah, y'all
Yeah,
can get him.
What do you
the
see the
Knicks.
Lakers giving up for him?
Second
That's
round.
interesting. So we've been giving away draft picks like it's nothing for the past few years. That we've just been throwing away draft picks for anything. And I'm not too attached to Patrick Beverly myself. I'm truly not. He's one of those guys that shot better when he wasn't even on the Lakers. So he hasn't been shooting as well as he did when he was a Timberwolf. But yeah, there's like you said, there's a few guys that could come to and be a good addition to this team, absolutely. But Cam Reddish is just one of those guys that I could see fitting on this team right now.
No, I can see that. I can see that. Definitely Cam Reddish, but like I said, it's really they had the guy, and you got to trade away Brandon Ingram to get Anthony Davis. So it's really pointless saying it. But Brandon Ingram was definitely the guy. Lakers still have Brandon Ingram, it'd be a completely different world of
We've
events.
had a few of those guys that we've just traded away. Think about it: D'Angelo Russell, Julius Randle. I think Kyle Kuzma never really would have reached his full potential in LA, but look at where he's at now. Like just a lot of those guys. Even Lonzo is miles ahead of where he used to be when he was a Laker. We've let go of a lot of our future for LeBron and
Not a
AD for one
lot. You let go of all of no. There's
all of
no
it.
there's no future in the Lakers right now. Like a lot of
Absolutely.
they team is out of the league in a couple of years, and they gave all of
Yep.
they had a big future though. The Lakers, when you look at it, like all those players you just named, they had a lot of guys. Like the Lakers had a lot of guys coming
And
through
draft picks.
and draft
We don't have
picks.
those anymore.
So my question to you, being a Lakers fan, because we know that most of that was given up for Anthony Davis. Do you feel like it was worth it? Anthony Davis and LeBron brought a championship to LA. Anthony Davis still in LA, still has some potential.
Yes, I firmly believe that it was worth it because there's no guarantee that even all of those pieces together still would have won a championship. And I feel like it's always going to be um, not an easy thing, but not that much of a difficult thing to get free agents signed to Los Angeles, regardless of how good we are or not. So I do feel like it was worth it, but I'm quite indifferent to the fact I was very appreciative of the championship. It was one of the best days I've had in a few years. That was amazing to watch. But um, no, I mean, I do think it was. I don't think it was a wrong move. I don't think anybody lost in the situation only because we got a championship out of it. And Anthony Davis still is a top tier player. It'd be different if he won the championship and fell off completely, but now he's back in that top tier conversation. So
All right,
yeah,
so let me stay right here for a second because I know just you being a Lakers fan once again, why I'm asking. A lot of people
Mhm.
discredit that championship, the lay bubble, the lay Mickey ring. How do you feel about that championship being discredited? Because I have an opinion on the bubble too.
I think the media has a lot of narratives and they pick their favorites and they run with it. Truly, LeBron is one of those people that we automatically have to respect, but he does not get a lot of love from the media at times. And the bubble ring is one of those because everybody was playing on the same playing field. And even Evan Turner had something to say the other day. Evan Turner said, "Oh, we shouldn't name a trophy after LeBron until somebody wins a ring in a bubble." He discrediting the ring, acting like it wasn't a championship. Everybody was playing, and there were players playing better. So I don't know why everybody acts like LeBron was the only one that was at an advantage in the bubble.
Yeah, I think that there was no advantages in the bubble because to me, people who say that you just don't got a lot of basketball knowledge or you never was really around high level basketball, because anybody will tell you that when you get a group of guys like that good in the gym in a space where there's no other distractions, just basketball, you're
Yep.
gonna see some of
Yep.
the best basketball ever. Like I know guys
Yep.
who couldn't do anything in the game, couldn't get a bucket in a real life game, but if it's just a gym, just us hooping, an open run, you would have thought they was cold, averaging 25 points a game. But it's so much easier and you're so much more relaxed when you hooping and you don't got nobody in your ear. It's nobody
Yep.
heckling you. You don't got to deal with all the outside distractions. Like you can
The
just hoop.
coaches have a more heard voice. You hear your coaches way
Yeah,
more
that too.
clearly.
You can hear your teammates more clearly. But that's why I
Yeah,
think
And
when we see that bubble year, like when you see Donovan was going crazy, Jamal Murray was going crazy, like you see so many guys just getting buckets because they was just hooping. Like bubble
yeah, and
basketball
they
was
got
actually
to
good
focus on
basketball.
just basketball.
bubble basketball was good basketball, and the biggest thing about the bubble is you can't leave. So there ain't no clubs, there ain't no traveling, ain't no I'm gonna go see my girl an hour away. It's none of that. It's whoever you brought in, that's it. Ain't
Man,
no
it was an
leaving
AAU
until it's
tournament.
over with. Yeah,
Yeah,
pretty much. It was the biggest AAU tournament, the best AAU tournament of all time with the best players in the world. That's literally what the bubble was. But yeah, no, it's not that I would discredit the bubble, but I won't discredit LeBron's ring. I mean, he's got 4 championships. I mean, he won it. I mean, anybody else who would have won it, they have a ring too. So I think just because it's LeBron, people are gonna say something. But I think the biggest thing is people are talking about the circumstances and how they were so different from everything that we've seen in the past because we've only known one NBA Finals and we only know one way to do it, like the playoffs and go into tough road environments and play some tough games at home and you edge out the dub. And I guess we just got robbed of that experience due to COVID in 2020. So I think that's why people try to say that, oh no, it wasn't really, a real championship because LeBron never had to play the Clippers on the road, or he didn't have to go in Denver and play in a different altitude, and it's just stuff that they didn't have to go through. But at the same time, everybody's on the same court, everybody's playing with the same ball, the same rims, everybody's got the jersey, everybody's got a coach. You got
Yeah.
to be ready to go. And the way AD was playing, the way that LeBron and AD were playing as a duo, it was. I'm not a Lakers fan. I'm not even a fan of. I'm not a fan of LeBron, but they were playing some great basketball, and so was Anthony Davis. Anthony Davis was getting to a point where it seemed like he wasn't even missing in the bubble. Like every time I seen AD face up for a jumper, like it was going in almost every time. I was like, what has gotten into him? LeBron must have. I don't know. LeBron got him locked in like more than he's ever been locked in. So if AD could replicate that, if he can even play to like maybe a half of what he was doing in the bubble, which he is doing now. Not trying to take it away from him. He's doing it now, but maybe like 30 and 12, 80 can get that. All you got to do is stay healthy. So I don't know. My the thing is with the Lakers, they just I mean, I don't know if you can really lean on a almost 38 almost 38-year-old LeBron pairing up with AD, even though they're both playing good basketball. I just don't know if they have another deep playoff run in them. I can see them
that's
definitely going to the playoffs and making some noise because it's not going to be easy. It's never going to be easy to be LeBron in a 7-game series when his team is healthy, especially with AD because LeBron and AD should be able to really keep him in any game. So my thing with them is Russ. They're gonna Russ has been playing all right. He's been playing better than what he was in the past. So they're definitely getting some contributions out of him. And credit to Darvin Ham for making a switch and making him come off the bench because that's been I feel like it's been working out for them recently. So if they keep this up, they definitely need to get in. They probably need to get a top 6 seed. They don't need to. They don't need to get in that play in. Get in the top 6. Maybe face the 3 seed, a team that maybe like I don't know, Lakers and Grizzlies or something like that first round. That would definitely be a series to watch. And I
I
wouldn't
don't know if
even
they
know who's
beating the
coming out of
Grizzlies.
that series. I don't know if they're
It
beating the
would be
Grizzlies
fun. It
either.
would be massively fun to watch, though.
Yeah, no, it's gonna be fun to watch. It's gonna be fun to watch because
They said Jamal Murray was a
Ja,
How
great
long is
player in the
Desmond
Bones,
Bain
bubble.
out?
huh?
How long is Desmond Bain out? Does anybody know?
Nah,
I
I
know
don't
he's out
know.
for a minute, but
Hold on.
I don't think he's
I
out for
believe it's
too
Desmond Bain.
long.
You know.
I know he should be good, ready to go by then. But I don't know how long he's been out.
Hey, speaking of injuries, let's change the pace here a little bit. Hey, Cunningham, do you guys
Yeah,
think that Pistons are about to just go ahead and enter their name in the #1 pick conversation?
I mean, they was doing that anyway.
but yeah,
They
at
was
this
doing
point,
they was doing that
you might as
anyway.
well.
They
Yeah, they
are.
was really doing that anyway. But now you don't got K. That I mean, that ends their season really before. I mean, the season was already over before it started.
They
But
won't get
like
on the
that
injury
officially
report.
puts a cap on it. So that's you said what?
I said we doing an injury report.
Yeah, basically
Desmond
for the
Bain. Desmond
notable
Bain. Two
players.
months. 2 months.
2 months.
Okay.
Okay, that's
Yeah.
an extended amount of time. That's a long time. So
But
he's gonna have to get his footing back.
since we own the injury report bag, it's a player. One of my favorite players coming out of high school. Cam, we talked about him a lot last week. LaMelo Ball has been on the injury train since he's been in the
Yep.
NBA for real. He literally
Yeah,
just got off of injury and now he's
And he's
back on
still
it.
battling. He's battling ankle injuries.
yeah,
This
just
is
like
this
Steph
is
was
yeah.
when he was
There,
young.
I know a little bit of insight with the Ball brothers on why they all have ankle injuries, and it's a conversation that needs to be had. But really, you can't tell people how to raise their kids. But everybody um questions the way that LeVar raised his kids, and I not me. I think you should raise your kids however you see fit, whatever you see best fit for them. And he did an amazing job raising his boys. But there was a rumor that said that he had his kids running concrete hills very, very often, and he admitted to this. And this is why Lonzo, LiAngelo, and LaMelo. It's a big reason on why they all have ankle injuries very,
Breaking
very
them
often.
ankles.
Yeah,
So
that would make sense. But over time, if you keep on running on those hills, if anything, it should make your ankles stronger. But we
yeah,
all know that LaMelo is not the biggest guy in the room. Now
yeah.
he's 6'7" in height, so he's tall, but his frame itself is still small. So I mean,
That's
his
another thing
ankles
too.
can't
Yeah,
be bigger than this. I mean, he's got skinny legs, so he's
he
gonna
he
definitely have to put some strength on him
he
for
shot
sure.
up super quick, and for
Yeah,
somebody that had a quick growth spurt, when you have that much of a growth spurt and you're still being so active, which he was playing basketball year round while shooting up from 5'9" to 6'7". That's
yeah,
a crazy growth spurt in just like 2 years. Your body needs a lot of rest, and he didn't get that. So I don't want him, heaven forbid, but he's probably going to be battling a lot of minor injuries throughout his career, mainly because of growing pains.
yeah.
Man, which sucks to say
Um,
because he's gonna be great.
Yeah,
Mhm.
he's gonna be a great player. He needs to start playing more defense. 'Cause what he doesn't understand is he could be versatile on that end because he's so tall. But I think his best bet really, if it just keeps on happening and it's just nagging injuries over and over again, those ankle braces that Steph wears. I mean,
Yeah,
like somebody's really gonna have to mess Steph's ankle up badly for him to get injured with his ankles now because those braces cover his whole ankle and they wrap around it too, and it's like plastic. It's not like mesh, kind of like how you see like other people have ankle braces on when they're hooping, and like like the YMCA or even in a high school game or something like that. Like these is top notch protection that he probably needs to invest in for his future because you see Steph did it when he kept on getting ankle injuries over and over again, and now he's one of the best players ever. So
not only Steph, but people need to take the route that LeBron has had. Invest a good bit of your contract
yeah,
into your body, and you will be in the league longer. It's just common sense. If you invest money into your body, you're gonna be in the league longer. It's gonna make you more money. It's gonna even out. So, and it's gonna be better for your health. So that's what any player that is battling injuries or not even battling injuries yet should do.
Yeah.
Yeah, health is wealth. Health is wealth.
So the best ability is availability.
Y'all want to
What they
hop
say.
into our first topic of the day?
Oh yeah, we can.
Yeah, who got us?
I'll go first. I wanted to bring up a new little game here. I wanted to do a 3-on-3 draft. I wanted to everybody pick 3 players, and we after this we can come together and talk about who we would think would have the best team. Are y'all down for that?
Yeah.
And let's do current players only right now. And
All right.
another time we can do all-time players. How are we gonna pick the draft order?
It don't matter. Everybody get one pick at a time, so everybody don't just get the first 3 picks. So
All right,
it
so
can
go
be
like 1, 2,
Cam go
3, and then
first.
3, 2,
Yeah.
1.
3, 2, 1. Yeah.
We can do that.
Who's going first and who's going second?
Go ahead, Cam. So y'all two, Cam go first, Mally you second, and I'll go last. Then I get to pick again, then on Mally, then Cam. All right, cool.
I'm with the first pick in the 3-on-3 draft. I'm gonna pick Giannis.
Smart choice.
With the second one, I gotta go with Kevin Durant. Kevin Durant, man.
You know, KD, that's good. That's good. 'Cause I wanted Steph.
Yeah, I'll let you have Steph.
All right. Who do I want to pair him up with? This is a good one right here. This is a good one. You know what I'm gonna pair him up with? This is tough. I think I'm gonna pair him up with. I'm gonna say AD. I'm gonna say AD, a healthy AD. Give me a healthy AD.
It's a good pick. My second overall pick. This is tough. Ooh, this is a tough one. I want to go ahead and Kevin Durant. I'm gonna go ahead and pair Kevin Durant up with Jokic. Give him a guy who can create some offense for him. I'm gonna go with Jokic.
And then I'm gonna go Luka. And so now I have Luka and Giannis, and then I'm gonna give them a wing guy.
Yeah, that's where I'm going. I'm gonna get a wing.
I'm gonna go Kawhi.
And go Kawhi.
Healthy Kawhi Leonard.
Good pick.
Good pick. I got a great pick. If you don't pick him, I got a great pick.
Oh, hold on. Give me a second, cause I'm trying to. I was gonna go guard.
Yeah, you do need a guard.
I do need a guard, but I'm trying to think, cause I wanna go big guard. This nigga Cam trying to flex his muscles. Dang, hold on. This is a good one. I'm trying to think.
There's a lot of them out there.
It is. I'm trying to.
Very talented league right now.
Go ahead, give me Ja. Let's get some explosion. Yeah, let's get some athleticism with this group.
That's a good pick. That's what I thought you was gonna pick after Steph and Luka got off the board. That's a good pick. But my last pick, I'm gonna go with JT.
I was gonna pick JT.
I got Steph, I got JT, and I got AD. That's a
nice tough 3.
See,
right, I was gonna do that. I was gonna do that, but I was like, I'm not gonna have nobody to guard the point guard. But I was gonna go JT, Kevin Durant, and Jokic. That was gonna be a tough 3 to beat just off of size.
Yeah. I was thinking I was stuck between JT and Kawhi, but I was like, you know what? I would rather throw Kawhi on Curry and a lot of the other players in the league.
Cam, I like your 3. I just feel like your 3 don't got enough space.
And then you got Luka. Yeah,
that's JT. My issue was.
You gonna put Kawhi on Steph, and then you got Luka messed up with Tatum on the island, and that's bad. So you might as well just let Luka guard Steph, because that's gonna be bad for Luka.
You had him. Wait, who else did you have? Yeah, Embiid.
I had AD. Yeah, AD, Steph, and JT. Yeah. And then AD, I like him. I like him guarding.
That's a tough 3. That's a tough 3.
They're gonna go at it.
I think Rob got us right there. Rob might have won that one.
Yeah, that's a nice 3.
Yeah, cause it's Steph makes it so crazy. Steph is a great pick. I don't know why I didn't choose Steph.
Yeah, that Steph and AD pick and roll. Oh my
Now those was
god.
that back to back
is
was
crazy.
a good pick. Like that was some real good
Yeah,
GMing.
yeah. Legit. Put me in the front office, man.
I should have switched Jokic for Embiid. I think I would have made us better.
It would have gave y'all more buckets for sure.
But I feel like we don't need Embiid to get a bucket. But if I don't need Embiid to get a bucket, I need him to play. I mean, I said Embiid. I don't need Jokic to get a bucket. He need to be playing defense, and then I mean, he's not bad.
Yeah. I feel like AD's going back and forth with any of the bigs. Any of the bigs y'all chose. And if I get AD when he's locked in, he might just outplay him.
Now AD probably was the best big chose.
Yeah.
Scoring wise, all around. I mean, I don't really consider Giannis to be a 5.
Yeah, no, he's not a 5. I really don't, because AD don't like playing a 5. AD
You
wants to
don't
be a
like
4.
people calling him a center. He's
Yeah.
the tallest player on the court, so he's the 5.
Yeah, no. He
plays in the
should
center of the
definitely be a
court.
5. But he would rather have a 5 next to him for sure. And he wouldn't be like the primary big like on the
Yep.
team. Yeah. But it looks like he don't got a choice. He don't got a choice with the Lakers. So and then speaking of Giannis, he's not a 5, not traditionally, but like when you really think about it, he's not a 5, but he can bang down there with them 5s though, because if you want to put AD in that class, AD and Giannis, both of them is going crazy down low in the paint. So we just seen it when the Lakers played the Bucks in a row matchup. I forget how much Giannis had, but I know AD had 44 and 10. So that's a tough game for AD against the best player in the world as of right now. So I mean, that's a tough game to see. I like what I'm seeing.
I ain't gonna lie, that was quicker than I expected. Y'all want to just go ahead and do all time?
We can do all time.
That was only like 5 minutes.
Y'all want to go in reverse order?
Let me get the first pick. I like that back to back. That back to back is lethal.
I'm cool with this. I'm cool with the second pick. I feel like I'm getting a great option every round. I'm cool with how.
Yeah, you're right in the middle.
Second pick is cool.
It's easy. It's easy. You know what, bro? So we going on a collective agreement that I won the last one.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
All right, cool. So we're gonna keep the same order, and I get a little little bragging rights basically.
Okay, or Malik, you want the first pick this time?
So hold on. Let me ask this before we do. We're getting every player in a prime, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay. I don't really need the first pick. If you would like the first pick, you can keep it.
All right. And the first pick in the 3-on-3 all-time draft. All time 2013 LeBron.
Okay. That's a good pick to start off with.
I was not expecting that pick from you. Rob probably gonna hate me for this one, but I'm going Jordan, man. I need Jordan in 96.
Yeah. You want 96 MJ? I would have chose like 91 or 93, but you can't go wrong with that, obviously. You don't want to do that. I'm gonna go. I gotta secure a GOAT. Now that y'all done got some GOATs. I gotta secure a GOAT, man. So who we gonna go with? We're gonna go with it's an underdog. Oh, I get back to back. Give me Shaq. I'm going Shaq. I'm gonna go Shaq to start off just because I get that back to back. Yeah, I'm gonna go Shaq, and then I'm going with Steph for sure. So that's my top 2 right there.
Pick Steph again.
Give me 2000 Shaq. Give me 2016 Steph. Oh my gosh, you don't want to see them two. You don't want to see Shaq setting the screen for. You're not getting through that. So it's either you get burned or Shaq's gonna teabag you. So pick your poison. But nah, I got them two for sure.
Let me get Hakeem. You know, that's my guy, my favorite. Let me get Hakeem 93, 94.
I'm gonna take Bucks Kareem, and then I'm gonna also go with the greatest player of all time, Kobe Bryant.
No, but good pick.
So you got that's all 3 of yours, right? You got Kobe,
Kareem, and LeBron.
LeBron? Okay. Okay, okay,
That's
okay.
tough. That's tough. Let me hold on.
What's LeBron running big guard?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, that's not bad. That's not bad. That's not bad. Okay, I'm gonna get somebody to match up with him.
Yeah, that's what
I
I'm
gotta get
thinking
somebody to
now.
match up
Now
with him.
that made me change my whole pick. Hold on.
Yeah.
Let me get. I got Jordan, and I got Hakeem.
Jordan Hakeem.
Ooh, let me get. I just want Al Williams. Let me get Tracy. Rockets Tracy. No, I'm gonna go with Raptors McGrady. Let
You
me
want
get that.
Raptors from
Yeah, let me
Brady?
get that 00 McGrady. Yeah.
T-Mac, okay.
All right, you going T-Mac? All right, my last pick's got to be a good pick because, bro, in my head, I'm already thinking about matchups. Yeah, I don't got to guard Kobe, so I got Shaq. I'm good on Shaq. Steph's little. He cannot guard Kobe. He's too small for Kobe. And you got Bron. So I need somebody who's big. I need somebody who's big. You know, I'm gonna get. Hmm. Nah, I gotta get somebody who can put the ball on the deck. This is hard. This is hard. Tim Duncan crossed my mind just a little bit, but it's because as many buckets as Steph is gonna give up when he's guarding Kobe, he's either gonna abuse LeBron or Kobe. One of them two is getting abused, and I still got Shaq down there with him. So I mean, we getting that ball down there. Somebody's getting dunked on for sure. But I'm gonna go KD. I'm gonna go
Yeah,
KD. That's it.
that was the option I was thinking. I was either thinking Giannis or KD.
I was
Yeah, I think
gonna go
Giannis
KD,
won't be
but
a bad pick
he
either.
just Giannis would have been a great pick. I should have thought of Giannis. I was gonna go KD. He just don't play defense enough, on ball defense enough to me. That's why I feel like I went with T Mac. They do the same thing offensively, but T Mac play a little more defense.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Younger KD. KD's got some good defensive years. I mean, even
When
this
KD
year,
was
the
a
No,
award.
no,
star,
no. I'm not saying that. I'm
he was a
saying
good
I
player.
was looking in regards of like Cam's team. I'd rather
Yeah,
have T
matchup
Mac
wise.
guarding Brian than KD guarding
Then
Brian that
KD.
game. Yeah. You might not be putting enough respect on T Mac defense. T Mac on ball was a good defender.
Yeah, but I think he's too little for Brian.
T Mac
Brian's
like
6'9".
6'7".
Yeah, he's about 6'6".
Six
I
six
got
six
6'6".
seven.
I
Guarding
got
Brian
Kobe, Kareem,
6'9".
and LeBron.
Yeah, Kobe,
Yeah,
Kareem. I'm putting Kobe on Jordan. I'm putting Jordan on Kobe. I'm cool with that. I'm cool with that right
yeah.
there.
I'm cool with
The
that.
mismatch comes with T Mac and LeBron. I'm putting T Mac on LeBron, but I'm living with that in the 3-on-3 world. Kobe is LeBron gonna be taking more shots than Kobe?
No,
Okay,
I'm perfectly fine with that.
I'm cool with Jordan on Kobe. And then big wise, you got
I'm cool.
Kareem. I'm cool with Hakeem on Kareem. So I feel like I'm
I'm
cool
cool
with
with
your
that.
three. I feel like
Yeah,
I'm cool.
Yeah.
that's a matchup right there. And then Rob, your three was
Steph,
Curry, Shaq,
KD.
and
Yeah, Steph,
KD.
KD,
Ah
and
man,
Shaq.
I'm really cool
Yeah,
with Rob's three because I'm putting Jordan on Curry. That's Clem. That's stopped.
yeah. But we said big bodies though.
I'm putting T
You running
Mac
into
on KD.
320-pound screens.
Come on, man. We got Hakeem down there.
Yeah, but
Okay.
Hakeem got to get up and move them feet.
Oh yeah,
Guard
yeah,
Steph.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay. We might not be switching everything. We might be going under or
Yeah,
something because that's
Jordan,
gonna
yeah,
be a
Jordan gotta,
yeah.
mismatch.
If you
Jordan gotta
go
do
under,
something.
it's gonna be
Yeah,
a
you can't go under.
cannonball.
You
Shit,
can't
you
go on
right.
the screen.
I
Don't
forgot
pick
who
your
I'm talking
poison.
about. I forgot who I'm
But
talking
hey,
about.
yeah,
I forgot who
As
I'm
soon
talking about.
as that box, we kicking out the KD and he's going 1-on-1.
Fuck man,
Whoever on
did
the court.
Rob win again? Did Rob win
That's a
again?
good three.
This one is a tough one.
Cam's got a good three too, but it's just I'm thinking of me on offense. We're great on offense, but
But
on
on
defense
defense,
though,
I don't
I'm
like
just
y'all
worried
on
about
defense.
Steph. I
We
can't
gonna have
hide
to
them
we
in
gonna
the
have to ask
3v3.
TikTok about that one.
Yeah, we're gonna have to post that one. But I like the three in terms of we going bucket for bucket with anybody for sure.
I
I
feel
just
like
need
there's not a
LeBron just
lack
can't
of
stop.
buckets.
Yeah, that too.
Yeah, you definitely got the weakest defensive unit because KD is like
Yeah,
Shaq not stepping out there and
Yeah,
guarding
Shaq gonna get
anybody.
lost. Shaq gonna get lost in the pick and roll.
yeah.
Cam
It
might
depends.
have won this one, even though I think we beating Cam's team.
Cam went with Cam got a big team though.
My
So
team
that's
just as big
where he
though.
went right with. Who'd you have? T Mac, Hakeem,
T Mac,
and
Hakeem, and Jordan.
MJ.
They
Yeah,
not that.
it's
They
a
not
bit,
that
it's a
far
big.
off. They
But
not
he
that
got,
far off.
but he got Kobe and Bron. You won the
Bron,
matchup with
and
Jordan,
Bron is
but you
different.
lost it with T Mac on
So
Bron.
we
Really,
trade a
you
we
should have.
trade a matchup. We trade a matchup. Who's winning the center battle? Hakeem or Kareem? 1-on-1.
I'm being Kareem.
Uh, Kareem probably, but Akeem's definitely gonna hold his own and do the same. He's gonna do his damage too. Akeem,
Feel like they gonna battle the whole game. It really
yeah,
just
they
come
gonna
down
battle.
to
They gonna battle.
it's gonna come
That's a
down to who
great
have a
series.
better game between Jordan and Kobe.
Ooh, that would be tough. Kareem versus Hakeem.
Yeah, that's nice. Now that MJ and Kobe matchup, that would have the world on their feet.
What was you
They
saying,
really
Rob? Who you think I should have went over T Mac? Who was you about to say?
over T Mac. I don't know. You got
Can't go Giannis because
Hakeem.
there ain't gonna be no shooting on
Yeah,
their
Yeah,
team.
no. You gotta have.
I needed something to stretch the
Yeah,
floor, be big still, could play enough defense, but get a bucket. T Mac was a bucket.
yeah.
T Mac gonna get Brian a couple times that game.
It was definitely a bucket. Who's
It's
missing the cuts?
I do think that's the best defensive LeBron, but absolutely, T-Mac ain't gonna get shut down by nobody. That's what a lot of young people don't understand. T-Mac not getting shut down by nobody.
Yeah, no, T Mac gonna get his buckets. He's gonna get his buckets, but I think he's just too small for Brian. I really don't know who I would put in with him because I'm trying to think of a nice size two guard or a good wing who's got like who can put the ball on the deck. That's what I'm trying to think, but
Probably
I'm
Cam
not
Reddish.
thinking right now.
This nigga said Cam Reddish.
Nah, bro.
Yeah, I thought you was
West
Cam
Town.
Reddish. You said somebody.
West Town with Cam Reddish.
I thought you was ready to say Wes Unsled. I was ready to say Rob, get the
Nah.
fuck out of here.
No, I was really considering a lot. If I was gonna need a guard and Kobe wasn't on that table, I was gonna go AI.
Yeah, I was about to
See,
say
AI was gonna
would
be AI
that
was
thing,
gonna
but
be
he's
my
just
first
so
pick,
little.
but
He's
I
gonna
was
get
gonna use
torched.
AI. He was just too small. AI my favorite
Yeah.
player of all time. I don't even want to get into
AI was
AI
gonna be
debate
torched.
today.
Ooh.
What about D Wade?
Ooh.
He's small, but D Wade play defense too though. And in his prime,
I don't like
he's
how you mentioned that after Iverson. Are you trying to compare or something? What do you is
I don't know. They in the same realm. They in the same realm.
no,
AI is better, but they're in the same realm because D Wade ended up getting a chip on his own and he led his team with Shaq though. With Shaq. But D Wade was down 2-0. He did lead his team to that chip.
Are we sure that
did he?
is better than Wade?
You said what did you say, Kim?
We sure that AI is better than Dwayne Wade?
Yes, we are sure that AI is better than Dwayne Wade.
He's
pound for pound, better than Dwayne Wade.
Yeah, he's a better player. I don't know if he's greater though. I don't know if he's greater. D Wade, but I see
Greater.
what you're saying.
Greater.
D-Wade,
Greater.
D-Wade,
Greater. There's no Ja Morant or none of that today if you don't got Allen Iverson. Outside of basketball, playing the game, culture wise, the NBA was not accepting hoodlums. There's no Ja Morant. There's no none of them guys without Allen Iverson.
He don't have no rings.
Yeah, that's true.
On the court wise, you want to talk about a guy who never had a fighting chance and made a fighting chance. Allen Iverson never played with the best player he ever played with was a washed Mutombo. And an Andre Iguodala, who was a rookie in the second year in the NBA. You're talking about somebody who's never had a fighting chance. He's never had an organization, a good coaching staff, a good team, a good anything around him. There was no department good in 76ers culture the whole time that Allen Iverson was there. This guy led them to a finals appearance, beat one of the best NBA teams ever. He won an MVP being the lightest and smallest MVP. Let's talk about Allen Iverson's size, right? This is my argument. Not argument with a lot of people. My dad is 5'6". If you seen me and my dad, you wouldn't think it. But my dad is short. My dad 5'6". Also, Allen Iverson is his favorite player. He met Allen Iverson. Allen Iverson is not much taller than my dad. Allen Iverson is like 5'10", 5'11" in real life at the max. He's not 6 foot at all. And he weighed $160. Playing in the 2000s. We can think about the bigs in the 2000s. He's going against Shaq. He's going against Tim Duncan. He's going against great bigs and putting up numbers. The lightest, the smallest, and the most hard fighting guy in the NBA. He was a bucket, pound for pound, a bucket.
Yeah, He's definitely a better scorer. That's not a question. He's definitely a better scorer.
I ain't even get
But
on the defense. I ain't even have to talk about the steals. He led the league in steals for how many years?
D-Wade has an MVP.
And so does AI.
no,
Yes.
D Wade don't got an MVP.
He didn't win
He got a
MVP.
Finals MVP. He got a Finals MVP.
He has Finals
Nah, he
MVP.
didn't win. Yeah.
Right. He should have won MVP when he was the best player in the league in 2006.
Who won in the 2006? I bet he didn't.
Dirk. Dirk, and that's who he beat in the finals.
Okay. You got me.
Dirk had a good year that year, though. I think
You got
the
me.
Mavs was like the first seed.
D-Wade was the best player in the league that year.
You got me. D-Wade should have that MVP. He should.
Yeah, and he won Finals MVP.
But he doesn't.
Yeah, so he made up for it.
And he won that ring. With the Shaquille O'Neal that just came from ruining the Lakers organization.
But was still Shaquille O'Neal.
Yeah, he was still.
He ruined the Lakers organization chemistry wise internally, not because he was a bad player.
Yeah, it was more of a,
and the thing with that is
immaturity thing.
Right, Shaq wouldn't submit to Kobe, right? Shaq wouldn't give the keys to Kobe, let Kobe get his team as he rightfully should. But he went to Miami and rightfully gave D-Wade the keys though.
He's weird.
Yeah.
He went to Miami and let D-Wade keep his team. So the only thing that told me about Shaq is that's the only thing that told me about Shaq is that Kobe probably did something outside of basketball we don't know about. Kobe must have hit his lady or something. Because I don't understand.
They've done talked about it. It was Kobe being more focused than what Shaq was. Because you see, they three-peated.
Mm-hmm.
And after the Bulls were really the only team that three-peated besides the Celtics back in the day. So once the Lakers did it, Kobe and Shaq have said they could have won. They could have went off and won 10 championships if Shaq put in the proper work and he had his body in the shape that it was supposed to be in. And that's where it really came in. But in Kobe, they butted heads all the time. Kobe really wanted to be that alpha dog, and he was so young. And Shaq's older than him, and being the vet, he really didn't want. To, I guess succumb to Kobe.
But it was necessary. If both of them would have just literally listened, and Kobe had a better point, but Kobe's still a dickhead. If both of them,
they're both definitely dickheads.
That would have been the greatest team ever. Greatest franchise, greatest dynasty. Nobody is stopping Shaq.
Now let me tell you something. I like that you said that. I like that you just said that, right? Greatest team, greatest dynasty ever. Allen Iverson gave them boys some competition with Eric Snow. You know what Eric Snow's doing today? Nothing. You know what Eric Snow was doing like 3 years later? Come on, man.
He's bagging groceries.
Come on, man.
No, boy. Let me not disrespect the.
That's a good conversation. Does anybody else have another topic they wanted to bring up?
We already at an hour, but I do want to last week. Remember we said we was going to ask Rob because he wasn't here. We had some crucial questions that we asked last week that you missed out on, Rob.
I got to see a couple of clips.
Yeah. The hoop mixtape. The hoop mixtape. We got to go. Who's best hoop mixtape all time?
Best hoop mixtape of all time? Man, who we gonna put in there? John Wall's is ridiculous.
Absolutely.
His is ridiculous. But when I think of hoop mixtape, it'd be different from everybody else's. Like the Marcus Levetts.
Bro, that's what I was telling him. I said the same thing.
Just baking it. Now look, I do like that because he's out there. He's baking people. I'm looking. Oh, he got me. He got me on my heels the whole video because he's chewing. But my thing is, I like tough shot makers. It's like I like shot creators. Like MPJ has one of the best high school mixtapes.
That's a fact
that I've ever seen. He is. That's a Hezel mellow demon. Did y'all see him at Mocan Elite with Trae Young? Or did you see him playing ball out there in Washington? He was murdering. I think he went to Nathan Hill. He was murdering them.
No, his was crazy.
MPJ, but yeah, his was definitely crazy. But in recent memory, though, I think Zion's got to be up there. Just in terms of just a clip every game, like a national clip, like a viral clip every game that everybody's talking about.
Rip.
Yeah, off the rip. So Zion's definitely he's up there too. I would definitely put Zion in there. Who did y'all go with? I know I seen Austin Rivers. I seen Akil Carr.
Yep.
Who was some other mixtapes that y'all was talking about? John Wall. Yeah, we talked about. I said John Wall.
I talked
I
about
wanted to.
the Harrison twins. I don't know if you remember them. Harrison twins had a crazy
I
mixtape.
didn't get a chance to see them in high school, but I mean, I know they both came to Kentucky as 5 stars, so they had to be nice. No, I didn't even get a
I
chance
think
to
theirs was
watch
just
them
so
either.
crazy because it was 2 of them.
Two of them. Yeah.
Yeah, now that was crazy. Now that's hard though.
We also
Imagine
talked about
you and your
Lonzo.
brother 5 stars. Yeah, Lonzo's his mixtape is nice too. I
Yeah.
wish LaMelo would have stayed in high because his Chino Hill senior year mixtape would have been crazy.
But
That
we
would've
talked.
been
Who else did we talk
crazy.
about? We talked about what's dang? I can't even remember his name now.
Bring up Harry Giles.
Light
I wanted to
skin
bring up.
Duke. What's
I
his
wanted to
name?
bring up Colin Sexton
Tatum?
too. Even though I didn't mention him last week. Colin
Oh,
Sexton's
sorry.
mixtape is crazy.
Yeah, Collins.
Colin
Trayvon
Sexton's up
Duval. Trayvon Duval.
Duval, yeah,
Gold.
his mixtape is hard too.
Jalen
Yeah.
Hands had a crazy one. Seventh Woods, crazy.
Yeah.
There's so many players like over the years that we just got to see like these niggas is really him. Like they out there like really, really chewing. Like I done seen who else is in that 2016 class that
Crazy year,
Markelle
by the
Fultz
way.
Oh, we
was
talked about
getting
Ben Simmons
buckets
as well.
and
D'Angelo
Yeah.
Russell.
D'Lo.
Yeah, they like that 2016 high school was loaded.
Yeah, no, they was loaded.
But
They was
speaking of
definitely
that was what
loaded.
I question was after that. I don't even think I got to post it on TikTok yet. I was slacking. But favorite team, favorite high school team. Like you got a team like in that you was watching heavy. I know I said 2018 Shadow Mountain when they got Jalen House and
Yeah,
what's your call Blackshear, Devontae Combs. Cam said Chino
Hills.
Hills.
yeah. Chino Hills is definitely up there. The whole world was watching them. Speaking of Colin Sexton again, I was watching Pebblebrook. Like they was a
Yep.
team in Louisville. I knew everybody on Pebblebrook. I forget their names now, but I remember they had Drew, number 2, the little light skinned guard. They had I think the wing. He was like I think he was number 4 or number 5. I know he was a righty. He would be shooting a lot of jumpers. So and then they had Colin Sexton. Obviously, it seemed like he was like on time at every
He was
game.
a different level.
That team was just fun to watch.
We was who else did we say when we was talking about them?
Clips of them.
Oh, McEachern when they had Sharif and Isaac
Yeah,
Coro.
That's a fun team to watch too.
IMG when they had
yeah.
they had Noah Farrakhan. Who else was there that year?
The best one. Yeah, that's probably. I used to watch IMG like Noah Farrakhan, Jaden Springer.
Yep, Springer was there.
Jeremiah Robinson Earl, Armando Baycott, and Josh Green.
Yeah, that was a tough squad.
And Jarris Walker coming off the bench.
Yeah, they did have Jarris Walker coming off the bench.
Team, so they had Ben Simmons and then another one when they had that stacked roster with Cade Cunningham.
Cade Cunningham, that's what I was gonna say. Cade Cunningham was crazy.
I don't know any roster. I would want to see them all time matchups because their roster was so stacked. Like it was really cheating. Like they had Cade, they had Scotty. That's 2 top 5 players right there. They had Day'Ron Sharpe.
He was a sophomore on that team that didn't even play.
Nah, for real. And then they got all these dudes that are just low
crazy,
ready to come up.
Fact check that.
And I'm missing somebody else on that team. I know they had somebody else on that team that was great, but starting with Cade, Scotty, and Day'Ron Sharpe, and then I'm missing the other 2. But their lineup.
Yeah. Okay. So they had Moses.
Crazy.
They had Moses Moody,
Oh.
Ryan Nembhard.
Yeah.
Dariq Whitehead was a freshman. That's why he was a freshman. Cade Cunningham, obviously. Precious Achua.
Precious. And they had Precious.
Dang, man, they was stacked. That's too much on one team.
Way too much. They was stacked for real. But yeah, I'm gonna go with the IMG team with all of them because I used to watch them like crazy. Either them,
they had Scotty Barnes,
Pebblebrook team, yeah.
Day'Ron Sharpe.
I just remember, man, that Shadow Mountain team, man, that was so different. That was just a different vibe watching them. They was playing defense, like they was playing.
They was locking up, full court press. Yeah. They was nice. I ain't gonna lie.
And that might have been the same year though. What year was that IMG team? That's 2019.
It might have been. That might have been 20. I think Baycott's class of 17.
Then that was the same year.
He's 18. Baycott's either 17 or 18.
I can't remember because I remember
he's 18.
Shadow Mountain played somebody crazy for the state championship. or it was a national championship or something. But I remember they played somebody who also had a pretty loaded team.
Yeah,
Figure out.
I didn't. I seen Shadow Mountain, but I didn't watch them like I ever.
Man, nah, I love that team. It's really they just brought so much energy. Hold on, Rob. We can't hear you, Rob.
Yeah, somebody FaceTime me. My fault. But nah, the thing about Shadow Mountain was they really didn't have that player that like really was like going out there and he was like killing. Even though Jalen House was a great player and they had great players on that team, like I was looking for like a Jason Tatum, like a 5 star like that, like
Yeah.
going to Duke. Yeah, that's why I didn't really watch Shadow Mountain like that. But I did end up watching like all the clips of them like locking up on defense. They was really like they was putting niggas in jail for real. They was locking on.
I think it was the game that they played. They played Pinnacle with Nico Mannion. I think that's what changed the whole my
Yeah.
opinion on them because they had him looking box, and at that time Nico was on top of the world. Like everybody was
Nico was
calling him
nice.
the white mamba. Everybody was just Nico was the next best thing, and Jalen House came and put him on a strap. So that was just like that was my moment. I was like, dang, hold on, these kids.
Did they
tough.
win that
Like, he's
game?
really playing defense.
Pinnacle win?
I don't even hold on. I'm gonna have to look and see.
You know what's crazy about the Pinnacle team? If you look back at them old clips, you see Spencer Rattler out there too, and this dude's a starting quarterback for South Carolina.
Nah,
but he
that's
was a dual
crazy.
threat. He
Ooh,
was out
with
there
Jalen
hooping.
Suggs and Chet was
Yeah.
playing together.
Oh,
That's a
that was
good
a tough
team,
team.
too.
That was a tough team.
Yeah, that was a tough team. And then I think Hershey Miller was there too. He's at Louisville now, and then they got Hershey Miller's got a younger brother there too, I believe.
Oak Hill had a team where it
Oh
was
my
Cam
Pinnacle
Thomas.
Pinnacle won it on a game winner by Nico Mannion after somebody
That's
missed
what
the
I
free
seen.
throw.
Yeah, I seen that. Okay, so
Jalen
I
House
definitely
missed the
seen
free
that.
throw and Nico Mannion hit the game winner. Now that's a crazy
Yeah,
game.
that
Oak Hill
was.
had a team where it was Cole Anthony, Cam Thomas, and Kofi Coburn. All three of them was on the same team together.
No,
Yeah.
oh my God, we skipped over the whole state of New York completely when we was talking about mixtapes and teams, bruh. The Brewster team with Terrence Clark, who else was on that team?
Terrence
Was
Clark was so fun to watch.
Jalen Q on that team, or was he on the post grad team? He might have been Jalen LeCue might have played with T. Clark.
It was Jalen LeCue. It was Jalen LeCue, T. Clark. Hold on. I remember him being on there though.
Yeah. And then if they would have waited, Matas Buzelis was coming up, even though he just left Brewster. And now I think he's at Sunrise Christian. But he was at Brewster not too long ago too. I don't think he got a chance to play with T. Clark and them, but if he did, he was young.
Man, this is a squad.
Hey, speaking of hoop mixtapes that we forgot to throw in the mix, real quick, Andrew Wiggins.
Oh Andrew Wiggins was a crazy
Andrew
one.
Wiggins is in there because I've heard people talk about people who've seen Andrew Wiggins in person. They was like, that's like the most physically gifted player like they've ever seen, like with their own two eyes. When he was at Huntington Prep, like he was really like that.
No, I remember him at Huntington Prep. That was crazy.
Yeah,
Huntington Prep has also had some squads too, because they had when they had who was up there? It was like 2 years ago. Miles Bridges was there, but they had Aiden. How do you say his name? Aiden Hogden.
AJ Hogarth.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking of. His team was tough up there though. Can't remember who else was on it. He had 1 year when it was like he had some guys.
Hey Cam, I don't know if you remember Jamin Brakefield. He committed to Duke. He probably played for like a year. He was on that Huntington Prep team too.
Yeah,
I think he ended up transferring to Ole Miss.
Yeah, he's not there no more.
Yeah.
Yeah, they just had Jalen LeCue and T. Clark. They ain't had nobody else for real. But that was a great duo though. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because they both had stupid bounce. Yeah, RP Terrence Clark.
While we on the topic of high school basketball, most fun teams to watch, I just wanted to give a shout out to who really set the culture for the younger generation and that Blue Chips team. That Blue Chips team with Mikey and Bronny and Ja and Ray Griffith. Rayvon Griffith. Bro,
the other light skinned dude, I forgot his name.
Corey
he played
Thurman.
football.
Yeah, they had Corey Thurman on. Corey Thurman is one of my favorite guys from that team.
I can't forget Gabe Cupps.
Gabe Cups was on there, and the light
Oh
skinned
yeah, you
kid that
talking
you
about
talking
Rodney
about, Rodney.
Gallagher?
Yep.
Yeah.
Rodney Gallagher, and Elijah Fisher was on one of them teams too, wasn't
Elijah Fisher was on the
he?
team
That's a
too.
5-star right there. Speaking of
Hey,
Elijah Fisher,
yes,
what is he doing for Texas Tech? He must not be
bruh.
doing a damn
No,
thing.
he's not. But it's a crazy story about Elijah Fisher. I was at a tournament, like I don't remember what grade I was in, but he was in seventh grade. I remember he was in seventh grade because I asked somebody, and I seen him play as a seventh grader. He might not be like that no more, but like at that age, he's the best kid I've ever seen at the age of however old you are in seventh grade. He was
Yeah, no,
dunking,
he was like that.
snatching kids, like pulling from deep, and I'm like, who is this? He's going to the NBA. He was
Yeah,
cold. Like that's one of the best
yeah, he
players
was
I
like
ever
that.
seen, and he was in seventh grade at the time.
Yeah,
We
Elijah
all know
Fisher was definitely
who we
one of them
felt
ones.
was very cold. Number one player in the grade, number one player in our grade when we were eighth graders, Zion Harmon. We thought he was about
Yeah,
to.
Yeah. I mean, he was
man,
so close. He was so close to own.
he was. It was just
I
the thing
remember.
about Zion Harmon is his frame. It's just he never really got to grow to be like that 6'2", 6'3"
Nah,
crafty guard. I mean,
but
he's only 6 foot.
he was still a bucket
I
in
think
high
he went to
school.
like
Yeah, no,
five
he was
different high
definitely a
schools.
bucket. His skill is never in question. Like even if you see him at Bethune Cookman right now, like the way he like pats that rock, he's one of the best. Like speaking of like just watching people in person, I got to watch Zion Harmon a couple years ago when he played against Seneca in Adair County. Came for like a little Louisville tournament or whatever, and he gave Seneca 40. Or he gave him 38, but basically a 40 ball.
Yeah.
And he was doing most of his damage in the second half. So I remember the first half, I was like, it's the number one player in the nation. Like he's not really showing me nothing for real. He was like turning the ball over, but when he settled in, like I'm talking about, he's pulling from the volleyball line like effortlessly. And the way he passed that rock, I don't know no high school player that I've seen that like is dribbling better than him. Like he
No,
really
that's
has that ball on a string. He
he
dribbles like
definitely
CP3, like for real.
definitely does. Cause I remember I seen them play too. Actually, I seen them play against your school camp. It was in summer league. Summer league, my junior year. We played the game right after them, so we got there early. They was playing Mill at the time.
Yeah,
That's when y'all had Howard Fleming, Tyron. Like y'all had the stacked Mill team. This was a good Mill team. I just
yeah,
remember he had already had like 20 points when we got there because we got there like halftime. They was pressing him full court, like sending two people at him. He's splitting both of them, coming and pulling from the volleyball line. Like he
yeah.
really got
Nah,
it on the string.
he's
And
really like that.
Yeah,
hey,
you
I
know
love
who
Tyron. I love
fucked up
Tyron
Mill?
to death. He was doing Tyron bad that game though. Shout out my boy
I'm already
Tyron,
knowing.
but he was doing Tyron
I'm already
bad
knowing.
that game.
It ain't nothing on him, man. Ain't nothing you can do with that. He's
You
really
know,
like
who
he's
really
really
fucked
good.
Mill up? That specific Mill team. We was up 13 points with 3 minutes left. I want to say Kennedy Chandler with Duke scouts in the crowd came back single handedly. Mill sold missing some free throws and things of that
We
nature.
sold
And
that game. I
Kennedy
watched that
Chandler,
game on YouTube.
yeah, Kennedy Chandler came out and earned his scholarship. Right after that, Duke offered him after that game.
Dang,
They came back and won.
that's crazy.
Yeah,
Did he get the scholarship
The
right
issue with
after
that
the
male
game?
team, the issue with that male team was that there was nobody who really took pride in wanting to guard the best player on the opposite team. It got to the point where it was just like, okay, Jake, you're gonna have to guard him because Tyron didn't want to guard nobody. Howard didn't give a fuck. He was injured for most of the season, but Howard didn't give a fuck on defense. Cam definitely ain't want to guard nobody that was cold. So it was only all of them can play defense. They didn't want to though. They only wanted to guard the best player if they had beef with them, a personal beef with them.
I don't.
So
I'm glad we didn't play all that year. Even though I
that
think
team
we
was
would have
cold.
won, but I'm glad we didn't play out that year. Howard came back. I
yeah.
remember though. I remember watching the regional championship at Valley, and when y'all won it, was that the
Yeah.
year? Y'all played Ballard when y'all went to state, but they got because they got
Yeah,
cut short because of
yeah.
COVID. I
We
remember. I
we were
remember
part
that
of
was
the
like
Indians.
Howard's second or third game back from injury was in the
Mhm.
regionals. He went stupid that game against Ballard. That's when they had
I'm not gonna
Maker,
lie.
all of them.
The first game back was the most lit high school basketball game I've ever been to. When Howard first came back and played Ballard, and Ballard was one of the top teams in the state too, and it was at Mill. I called off of work. I called into work sick. I said, yo, I can't make it in today. I
I
go to,
would have been on
and
the
it was our
same time.
homecoming too. It was our homecoming game too, and that gym was packed.
Man, it
And
was fat in
Cal
there.
had us rocking. I think he had like 26 or something. He went off
He
first game back.
so stupid. Hey, that was one of the moments I looked at him. I was like, nah, he's really a bucket. Then I got in the
Yeah,
gym with
he's
him a
tough.
little bit later. And I was like, I got to see him up close and personal working out with him. I was like, nah, he's really like, but first of all, I didn't know he was that big. Like his wingspan is stupid long,
Yeah.
but he got it on the rope too to be that size, and he just shoot the ball. Like he don't miss a lot of shots. When we was working out, I don't remember him missing too many shots. And that's something crazy to say, but like the nigga really went through a whole workout and was barely missing.
Yeah.
That's really how it is for some of these players out here.
Yeah, Zeke Montgomery, another guy like that. I've been through workouts with him, and he was just like not missing the whole time.
Zeke's nice. I ain't gonna lie. Zeke's been nice since middle school.
Kennedy Chandler in 8th grade was the best player I've ever really we didn't get to play against him, but he was in the tournament with us. And that was the best player I've seen in person.
Yeah, I know he was cooking.
Yeah.
Oh, the best man! I got a good story about the best player I seen in person though, because I seen Paolo in person, like at an AAU. I seen him actually. It was a game he was playing Patrick Baldwin. It was we was in Indiana. We was in Indiana, fresh off of COVID, AAU, and this is when we took that team up there, and this team, oh my God, the AAU team that we was with was loaded. It was me, Zeke, King, Darius, J. Raj. We had like 2 kids from Lexington and stuff, but we was loaded. And this was right off of COVID, so it's hella COVID restrictions. It wasn't even supposed to be a whole bunch of people in the gym, but like everybody was there. We was just getting there for the game. We didn't even know they was about to play. We had a game in like 40 minutes. And we just like, dang, why is the gym so fat? Somebody told us it was like ESPN's here and everything, and it was Paolo versus Patrick Baldwin. At the time, I didn't know who Patrick Baldwin was, but I knew who Paolo was. So I'm like, I'm just gonna watch this. The first play I walk in the gym, he's guarding Patrick in the post. Patrick threw like 2 little bumps at him. He get the steal, run the fast break. First of all, he got down the court quicker than everybody on the court. And he's the biggest person. He was like 6'10". First of all, I'm like, damn, this nigga's huge. Then he's the first person down the court, like he's on the break with the ball, pushing the ball faster than anybody. He stopped, windmilled it. I look at my dad, then I look at one of my teammates. I'm like, hey, this nigga is really like that. 2 plays later, he come down, catch it in the post. He's turn around, fade. Then he blocked one of Patrick's dunks. I'm like, this nigga is everywhere. Like, who is this guy? Like, he's really like that.
Oh my, he came in the league immediately hooping.
I knew his rank was always hot, but I never knew that like he was a jump shooter until he got to Duke. When he got to Duke, that's when I really seen like he really has a strap at 6'10".
Man, he was like catching it post fade.
He can jump too. Like it's not even like when you see a 6'10" dude, like obviously he can dunk, but like when he get up, he be
when you get up,
he be getting up. I remember he had that like dunk in like the first or second game. Dude, I seen him take off. I was like, yeah. I was like, that nigga's looking big.
Man, you really don't understand how big he is, like, until you like put it into perspective of somebody else. But I'm catching, like, when I'm seeing him, I'm like, oh, that's just they center. Then when he's pushing the ball down the court, it's like, he can do a little bit of that. But then when you go dunk, his head's at the rim. You like, what can he not do? He was doing it all.
He can ISO, because anybody who's guarding him at his size, they can't stay in front of him. And even if they can, he's just gonna shoot it over the top.
Forget that post fade, and his post fade is really like that. Like he got that down packed.
Yeah, it is. Paolo can end up being one of the best scorers in the game in a couple of years too. He polishes 3-ball a little.
3-ball a little more. He's gonna be fine, but he can't shoot the 3. He's just not shooting it well right now. So I hope you're not making that face saying that I ain't saying he can't shoot.
No. Yo, sound quality
it went up.
Like Chris out of nowhere. I was like, what the hell?
My AirPod died, but yeah. So he could be one of the best scorers in the league.
Even without shooting the ball, he's still can be one of the best scorers in the league because he's came in and he's, like you said, he's not shooting it crazy right now, but he's still an impact. Like he's 20 a game.
And I'm pretty sure they've just won 3 straight.
Yeah, as a rookie.
Yeah.
And he's still shooting good. His field goal percentage. It's just his 3-ball. It's not. where it's supposed
That'll
to be.
come.
What's crazy about the Magic is the 3-game win streak is cool. They still gonna lose a lot of games this year. They've already shown us that.
Yeah,
The
I think they're
Magic, the Magic has a realistic shot of getting the number 1 pick again.
if they get Victor, bro.
Do you
I don't
get
know
Victor
when-
though? Do you get Victor?
And- Yes, I'm that. No. You cannot get the number 1 pick. You have to get no matter what.
What do you do with
Even
what
if
do
you're
you what do you do with Paolo, Bobo? You know, you got a little mini Victor.
Paulo, he's before for the next 10 years, no matter what, for real. I mean, the way he's playing. So Paulo's got the power forward spot. Victor can come in and start at the 5, and then I really want imagine
Bobo and Victor.
Bobo, Victor, and Paulo all in the same. But that's too
crazy.
big.
But
They
they
start that lineup together, but they gonna be on the court
Imagine
2 times.
Yeah,
you
they-
sub out Victor to put in baby Victor. You put in Bobo. You sub out Victor
Yeah,
and then you
it's
put in
crazy.
Bobo.
But Victor's gonna have to start because Victor, man, he needs his reps now.
Oh, he's so tough, bro. I can't hate it. You can't hate on him, bro. He's so cold.
Dude, what Bobo's doing right now, he's gonna be doing that as a rookie. Like
And
That's-
wait till Vic starts getting like
That's what I don't think people understand, Rob. Is that Bobo is showing you right now what Victor is gonna come in and do 10 times better. Like Bobo's cool. I'm not saying Bobo's weak, but we know Victor's better than Bobo.
yeah, Victor
right now.
definitely gonna be better than Bobo. I mean, even you see him on the defensive end, he's gonna have to get a bigger frame, but he's blocking everything. He's shooting off one leg. He's going crazy. But man,
Luka though, because Luka showed that these overseas players can come in the league and immediately make an impact. So that's why we don't have as many questions as we would 5 years ago, saying, "Oh, he's coming from France. Oh, he's played in some of these professional leagues overseas." Nah, we know he's a hooper. We know he's playing some good comp over there. We know he's gonna come and make an impact in the league immediately.
yeah, no doubt. But hey, I got somewhere to be at 5:30.
Yeah, we well past our hour time anyway, so I mean that's a cool place to wrap it up at.
Great talks.
All right, y'all.
I appreciate everybody for
Wanna
sliding
close
through.
it out? Yeah.
Appreciate
Yeah.
everybody for sliding through. It's episode 9. We real close to 10 episodes back to back. We ain't missed one yet. We don't plan on it. So thanks for watching
Thank
us.
you.
Stay tuned on
course.
over and back on all socials.
Yeah.
Indeed.